Hey guys, and welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. My name is Twitchi, and I am taking control of our boy Icarus here. For the past couple of weeks, we've been learning to build, we've been learning to fight, we've been learning how to deal with ourselves in this new universe that we find ourselves in. But of course, that's not our main job here. No, we are here to send power back to the motherland, and I feel like we've not been doing very well at that. We've been producing a lot of power ourselves, and we've been taking out enemy bases on the other side of the planet. I was about to say left and right, but you know what? We've only done one direction. And I think it's time that we really did start focusing down, locking in on the solar panel line. To do that, I'm going to come along and I'm just going to unlock this next thing, photon frequency conversion. It takes prism surfaces and cuts them up into nano gratings to get higher efficiencies out of that stuff. And I think that's a good idea. We should totally do that. The main aim that I'm aiming for here is to send solar sails into orbit. That's right, this is Dyson Sphere Program, and we're not going to be able to make Dyson Spheres if we're not putting solar sails in orbit, or at least solar panels in orbit. That is, at least as far as this game's concerned, the whole purpose of the Dyson Sphere. I mean, as we all know, in the future, well, I say as we all know, when humans actually start building a Dyson Sphere, it's not going to be, hey, let's build this one great big monolithic thing. We're going to start off by putting up a solar power plant, and then someone's going to want to build a house next to it, you know, a rotating habitat, and before you know it, we've blotted out the sun with the grey fuzz that is humanity. So to be able to make this the thing that we are researching, the grating, we actually need to get these prisms out of here. I have some old belts on me. Let's use those. I'm just going to come down here, jump over, lift this up, and then with the power of I don't know, let's say level 3 belts here, at least, you know, third height belts here. Is that going to work for me? The grid here is horrific. We're going to take this down to our new production facility, which is like way past all of this. I don't think I can fit it in this gap here. I've also been watching some other people now that I'm at the point where I don't think it needs to be a blind play through. Let's kind of put this down here. And this is how everybody has been building their stuff. They get this put up, and then a whole bunch of drones come flying out of there to build everything, which is absolutely crazy. I also want to turn this sideways, just while we're talking about my little fighter drone production here, because then we can carry on feeding down to more stuff to make better fighters. More stuff is a terrible way of describing things. Okay, that's a whole factory of prismatic gratings. And of course, what did we want the prismatic gratings for? Well, we want to be able to launch solar sails into orbit, but it looks like I'm missing the super magnetic field generator. Where is that? Here it is, super magnetic field generator. Unlock slope limit. I don't care about that, but I do want to see how we make it. We make it with the energetic carbon, some magnet rings. Wow, we've not needed to use those for a while. And our latest electromagnetic rotor, this thing here, electromagnetic turbine, in fact. So we need to try and get those things here. Where's my energetic crafting? Okay, that's just here. That actually is very fortuitous. Which way is this traveling? That way. We'll make it come out the bottom here. I'll use just 5 of these to go that far. That's fine. And then we'll go all the way across. I'm sure everything on the belt can just jump over this. Oh, look, it is perfectly lined up. Oh, I'm a happy man about that. The magnetic rings, on the other hand, though, we are going to have to go flying for. We have not seen those in a while. We've not even thought they were needed for anything beyond the upgrade to the magnetic coil. So this is where they're being produced, or the magnetic coils are being produced. You can see they take the magnet rings there, and these are being made, man, all the way down here. We're not quite at the point where it's quicker to go back the other way, but man, that's quite a distance we need to cover, and only 12,000 iron left in the iron feeding it. We're gonna have to, oh wow, that's not a problem. Okay, nice simple in and out replacement for the ring belt here, and then I'm just gonna start traveling with this. I don't know how far we need to go. Let's just set that there like that, and then we'll just start walking. We're gonna have to go up quite a bit, aren't we? Research complete. That's beautiful. Just as I'm getting the last belt into place. Let's go up to 2 again so we can jump over everything. That's looking pretty good. How am I going to get an extra split in just over there? I think we could probably handle it. Yeah, just here. Okay, I was worried we were too close, but no, it's jumping over just fine. And then, oh, look at this. We run down the line here, and that also beautifully lines up. Okay, and that's the next recipe done. That is the, what was it again? The super magnetic ring. Nice and simple. But another issue has arisen. One that I feel like we should take a little detour for. You can see that I can only put 4 of these machines down because that's all I've got in my inventory. And there are other games out there that would end up bringing me materials. Oh, what's going on here? Let's pop that there. That's a little bit of a waste, but we'll figure it out. And this game here is no exception to that. We can come into here, we can look up at the very top, and there's something called this distribution logistics system. These are definitely the things that we want. We've got logistics bots and we've got the logistics distributor. We can put this thing on top of storage boxes and ask the robots to bring me things, which I think is quite good. Also, I'm looking at the number of magnetic coils coming in. That's kind of pathetic. That is kind of pathetic. I mean, semi-obviously, the iron is not keeping up with the production, but I've got a feeling even if I threw in all the iron that I had access to... Where is this come? What? When did I do this? Oh, well, there's more energetic graphene if I ever needed it. What I was coming over for, though, was to get some more iron being mined. I think that would work out pretty well for us. Okay, the research for the distribution system has come in, but I've also done a little bit here. I've extended the line out and put a splitter in. I've put a few more of the smelters down, though this really could do with more expansion at some point. And I've also gone ahead and hooked up these bad boys over here to keep the system rolling. I think what I'm actually going to do is put that like that. Let's see what it does with that. Does that go one then the other, one then the other? No, it prioritizes this side. That's interesting. I wonder why. That's not how I would have done it, but I guess there needs to be a for loop somewhere along the line. I've also made sure that this one has priority, the old line has priority, so that we can burn through these mere 11,000 iron that's left. And look at the rate I'm burning through them. We're still not quite a full belt, though. And I'd really like to upgrade this belt at some point as well. Okay, I put an extra one down. That seems to have done well for the full belt here. Of course, it instantly gets split out, so maybe we could do something a little bit better with that. Mildly outraged that we didn't get any of these logistic distributors for free. I really thought that I was going to be able to like slam one on top of here and be like, look, we can do this now, but we can't do that now because we're missing a piece of research. If we have a look at the distribution logistics system, you can see the logistics bot and the logistics distributor both need a processor in their recipe. I can tell you for a fact, I haven't unlocked that. So let's go ahead and unlock that and maybe make this. It's just circuits and some microcrystalline components. I mean, we can do that. To be fair, we've not even got these out of the factory yet, so it's probably a good idea to think about them. Well, that's unusual. I've got the buildings down before the research is ready. Also, whilst I'm here, I've learned something. You can click on big buildings and make it be built yourself. You don't have to wait for your drones. It's crazy. But what I was about to go about is what's going on. Oh, look, it's the blues. It's blues we're missing because of the magnetic coils. That was never the prediction I would have made. Okay, I suppose the fact that it shows us in the corner would have been something to keep an eye on. Okay, so production is picked up over here. I wonder whether it was just me messing around with the iron supply that caused this. Though it does still seem a little thin. Maybe we could upgrade everything to the next level belt and see if we can't double production or whatever. I don't know how much faster the belt is, to be honest. The second level belt versus the first level belt. Okay, so now we are starting to build up more. Okay, it turns out I was just impatient, but that's no great change here, I suppose. I have produced a processor. Really, that's a milestone? I never would have put that down as the milestone, but I'll take it. We click on that. Yeah, there we go, milestone. Oh look, the solar sail is right there. That's what we're headed towards. They've given me access to vertical belts. Things are going to start to get a little unhinged when it comes to the routing. I've got some stuff going up and over. A belt's coming down underneath these like weird archways. I was kind of restrained over here. All right, so I've managed to grab myself a whole bunch of these logistic distributors. Actually, I want to try and grab all but one of them. The scaling is not quite as you would think it would be with that, and those I'm going to steal all of those. Now, if I've jumped to the right wild conclusions, let's fly over to my conveyor line. So here is where I'm producing all my my conveyors and my sorters. If I open up my inventory, no, that was my replicator, but I've got these. I can attach one to up there and one to over there, and now I've got this whole thing. He's going to tell me a whole bunch of stuff, and then I'm going to like only half listen, jump to a bunch of conclusions, and then talk to you guys as if I know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I've sat these things on top of my conveyor belt and my sorter. I'm going to pick up one of these conveyor belts, pop it over here. I just want one of those. I should be able to set a number here. I want to have at most, let's go for 600. I found 600 to be quite a good number with that. Now, who is taking care of that number? Because I currently have less than 600 belts. I'm guessing I'm open. Yeah, I open this. We slam a bunch of those in. 10. 10 is the maximum we can put in. Okay, maybe I've gone a little bit overkill back there. Provide to and collect from Icarus. And I guess we could also distribute to other places, but I don't know why we would need that. I'm not sure what a full stack of this stuff is, but I think I would like at most, I don't know, 200. It's going to keep me topped up, so I don't really need that many of them, but it'll keep me going, and that's good. I'm a little bit worried that they've not taken flight. Have I got something wrong? So my guess is that I'm too close to 600 for it to think that I need these. Let's also grab those back as well. Let's try upgrading, like I don't know, the whole bunch of stuff. I can't do this many. It won't let me upgrade. Oh, I need to go through. Can I not upgrade through 2? Okay, here we go. Let's start spending these and see what it does for us. That's big belt use. I mean, that kind of makes sense for around here. We're still a couple of hundred short. Let's keep going with the copper line. I'm intrigued to know how this one is doing down here. 10,000 left. 10,000 left. At some point, it'll bottom out. Okay, so I'm like legitimately out now. Where are they? Am I supposed to have any inside myself? No, fighters only? Okay, no, that's not a thing. Did I need to pull the other one up? I did need to pull the other one up. Okay, that's fine. So I had moved the wrong slider. I wanted these down here. I was saying that I didn't want to have too many on me, but I wasn't telling them that I wanted to have a minimum amount on me, which is a bit of a weird way. Can I not just be like, hey, I want this many? But it turns out, no, I'm not allowed to say that. But there we go. Logistics. It's turning over. It's doing wonderful things. There are some other places I want to drop that onto. I feel like the... Oh, this is going to be awkward. I was going to say I feel like the assemblers is the winner here, but actually we got a small problem. But that said, we've just found out that I've got a new superpower, so we should be able to do something about this. We're going to go from up here, going to go across, but I would like to go across up quite high for now, and then just kind of jump it all the way down. Yeah, like that. Look at that. What a horrific Horrific abuse of physics, that is. Okay, we should also now always have 50 assemblers on us. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm wondering if maybe the bullets, the ammo, is one we want to look into as well. I think when we're out fighting, that would be quite good. I don't really want that many on me. I just want, like, you know, let's have. Well, I don't even know what a stack is. Let's go for 100 and see if that's good. I mean, if the logistic bots are on their way to give me the bullets, then we should be fine. Now, is that actually counting the bullets that is in here? Can't be. We got 47 here. Why are we not getting more bullets delivered? It does say that there are no bots available. My bad. I didn't put the bots inside. There we go. That's better. We now have bullets available at almost all times. Where did it drop those off to? Oh, over there. Interesting. What if I didn't want them there? Okay, so how about now if I throw this into here, and now I've only got 47 in my inventory, it tops that up. Okay, that's good. That's pretty cool. We seem to have ourselves a little bit of an issue. We're being held back by the fact that we can't make any of these microcrystalline components, and it looks like we're short of the high purity silicon. Let's come along here and see what's going on with that. To be fair, there looks to be a few troubles just kind of all around here. Let's just walk this way. I think we might be running it. Look, there's no ore out here. That means this is not producing well enough. Okay, this seems to be the issue here. I'm going to start by upgrading all of that. Is that going to be good enough? I don't know. It's a good start though. It is a good start. Okay, so we're starting to build up down the end. That really is a good start, but we're never gonna produce enough of this stuff. Okay, so I somewhat improved the conditions here, but there is still no way we're making anywhere near enough of this stuff. I could probably actually get rid of these and put in more of these smelters, because they're definitely going to be needed more, because I have spotted on the horizon, let me do this quick, over this way there are some more stone veins, so I'm going to go and plunder these goods and try and feed that into down there. Maybe make a bit more of a dedicated facility to take out. Like, there's more stone veins over there to worry about as well, so it'd be nice if we could get quite a high yield place going on. Okay, that's one little mine site taken care of, but has it maxed out the belt? I think we might have actually maxed out the belt. I think that's okay. I think that's fine. It's gonna mean that this one, we need to somehow make it so that this is secondary to all the others. I can see how to do it. Let's do it. It's gonna take a few more belts, but I think we're okay with that. And if I just pop that in there like this, all the others are gonna take priority. We're gonna empty this out because it will get us some more building space closer to the equator. I mean, I've not really been paying that much attention to building close to the equator, to be fair, but more importantly, it will back up when it's needed. Oh, look at this. It's actually all starting to slow down here. That's a bit crazy. And then, are we making all the way to the end yet? No, even with that full, absolutely stacked out belt, we still have to wait. Maybe actually when the internal stores are filled up, we can see it come along a little bit further. Well, not that I've seen so far, but man, this is a stone-hungry process. Look at all this that we're throwing in here, and we're just getting like this tiny little dribble out at the end. Okay, so I'm going to at least try and double my output here. Let's, is that the way around I want to be? We'll take it, We'll drag this out like this. That should hopefully get everything that I need. We're going to use now and drag that up to there. That doubles. Deflection too much. Where? What do you mean deflection too much? Let's just place what we can anyway. Is it shift enter? There we go. Now this would be incredibly handy if I had another stone line just kicking around, and of course I've gone off and made that thing. We want it to come down here and jump over, so hopefully we're going to start producing that pretty quickly. Let's try and get my drones over here on this. Wait, I've got an item for this. I've got an item for this. I've specifically kept hold of this to do this one. Bam, and off they go. The little creation squad is on the way. Nice. Right, which one doesn't have an output? You were wrong for some reason. And the minuscule trickle that makes its way out will join its other minuscule trickle, and you know, I've at least doubled the production here, right? Maybe we could even do better if I kind of pull this off of here. I've seen something that's kind of totally changed the way that I play. So this splitter at the moment, if I put it down, it'll just make one of those little four-way. If I press tab, it'll give me something that I could use for splitting off lines up and down, and then even better, one that lets me go sideways. This one here is going to change the way I use my belt completely. But right now, I don't. Well, no, let's try it. Let's do it. I want to use one of these. Okay, so we can pass this through, and just like normal, it will go through and do the job you would expect it to. I'm going to also set the priority to be that output. So the main thing we're trying to do is make sure that this line is full. And then I'm going to take a level 1, I think, out of here, and we're just going to walk away with it. Okay, that's pretty good, because then I'm going to do something similar down here. Let's do it in line with the end. I'm going to break this line open. Now this one's a little bit more time sensitive because it is actually feeding on to others. Okay, so it's the same setup, just rotated sideways. What were they off doing? Oh, probably fixing these belts all the way over there. But what I've got now is some optional outputs. If I do this again, hopefully come across just the right height. Okay, that's pretty cool. So now this is kind of overflow of the overflow, if you will. Overflow of the top-ups. Whilst these are being used, they're not being used all the time. So maybe we could fit a whole nother blueprint in there. I sure wish I'd saved that last one. I'm not going to save this one either. Low. Okay, who noticed that half my smelters didn't have outputs? I sure didn't. That's a bit weird, but there we go. Right, we got them up and running again. Let's also get the output line going along there. If I can do it well, there we go. That should also now be outputting. So what are we getting on the output after a little moment of everything settling out and an equilibrium is being reached? We still don't even have a full belt, and like we've got 3 entire. Wait. I'm missing a thing. Okay, now we're firing on all 3 cylinders. Oh wow, what output! Oh, I'm so impressed with the work I just put in. Man, I put in like an hour's solid work extending that and stuff, and look, what was it for? Like really? But I think looking over here, you can see that working towards silicon ores is definitely put on the agenda, and I'm hoping that's a better path to high silicon ore, high purity silicon. I know what I'm trying to say. I'm so frazzled by the whole process. I was going to do a whole let's not get lost in the source, let's remember what we're here to do. And actually, let's remember what we're here to do. We're going to make these solar orbiting systems here. We're going to launch some solar cells up into orbit. Ooh, we having power issues, are we? Is that actually a thing that's going down? Ooh. That's 2 things to watch out for. Anyway, I was actually about to go over this way. And there's some stone reserves over there. I was going to take over these 2 sets of stone reserves and add more to the silicon, but you know what? No, I'm still going to do that. But we definitely seem to be having some power issues just kind of everywhere. That's cool. We got some solar sail research here. I've also come up with 100 solar panels to the North Pole, South Pole. I'm still not entirely sure. The map likes to snap in all sorts of directions, so who knows what's going on. But I've brought 100 of them up here to whichever pole it is, and are slapping them down. Hopefully, we're going to provide a little bit of a power boost, but it's really not going to be much. Oh, I've hit an achievement. Total power consumption of cluster exceeds 1 terajoule. Okay, that's pretty cool. There's big numbers up ahead of that, though. Either I've made a difference, or the factory is not producing at the rate it was. I don't know which one could possibly be happening right there, but obviously something's changed. To be fair, this is still ticking over at the top rate it possibly can, so that's definitely being the draw it should be. I have just this second, and get this, guys, I know it'll come as a shock, realised that I'm quite dumb. I've been feeding these silicon in the wrong way. I've been feeding the stone up the middle and then the silicon out of the sides. But that's not the way we should do it. No, not at all. We should be feeding the silicon out the middle because, well, like, that's where the least stuff is. Look at the carnage our thirst for stone has been doing here. Is this even? No, this isn't even attached to anything anymore. Let's just rip that one up. Wow, crazy that we're that far along. Maybe we can get some more in here like this though. Try and pick up something like that. Try and get as many as we can. We definitely want to empty this out pretty quick, and then we'll have room for more stuff. Okay, so we've got 2 streams of stone going into 1 more furnace array there. Let's run over this way and connect these 2 together. Let's see whether that's improved the outflow here. Well, I mean, this is good. Looks like we are filling up the belt that I want to fill. The yellow one is the one I want to fill. It moves at, I think, half the pace, though I'm not sure. Okay, here comes the end of the backlog, and we've got, I mean, maybe 3/4 of a belt. Oh, not even. Maybe half a belt done. Always plenty of options, though. Notice how these are stopping every now and then. That means we can have an overflow line. And also, have you noticed all this? Also, this guy barely moves, and this one over here isn't moving. Yeah, I feel like, oh, maybe it is. Maybe the overflow line is indeed what we need. Now, of course, we've got the new way of doing that I'm all about. It's in here. Got the vertical splitter. I mean, I am all about it. Let's connect you up to you into there. So that should now just flow through like normal. And if we bring this up, any extra will come out onto this belt. Oh wait, we got to tell it which one the priority is. That one's your priority. Let's pick all this up off the belt, and you can see that as long as this freely flows, then there is nothing coming into the overflow. But if it ever backs up, and I don't think it's going to, then it will overflow onto here. And I'm wondering whether we can do the same. Actually, I'm just going to do it with a ground level one here. Let's put you down before I even connect. Oh no, I can't do it before I even connect up. We're going to do that. Then I'm going to give the priority. Connect you back up. I can't do it like that. You've got to connect the very end of the rail for some reason, which is a little unfortunate. Then you come out here, and then you connect like this, and we've got ourselves a little bit of an overflow line. I don't know how much overflow we're gonna have, but it's good to have it. It's good to have it, and we can supplement this with other lines work easy with other stones. Okay, I don't know if this will work just on the flat like this. Let's say, yeah, no, we're having a collision. Let's try it like this though. I might need to move the line. All depends whether this will come in like that. Beautiful. Okay, this is going to merge up here. Give it the priority, and then we once again have a small overflow line. Oh, we've run out of another stone node, probably over here. Let's go and double check. Yeah, look at this. We are eating through here so quick. That's kind of why I also need to think about what's going on over here. Okay, we got a weird little setup around the tree here. So you might be wondering why I don't have this this conveyor line coming down in a straight line and then all of these T-junction in. Well, I want this one to have priority, but more importantly, I want to have this one having the least priority. So if this belt completely jams up, we've got a priority splitter again, and then all the extra stuff comes over onto the overflow line. It seems like we're having quite a nice little time there. How are we doing over on the high quality silicon? I mean, more than we need. Brilliant. Okay, so with a bit of a stockpile of the high purity silicon on the go, I think it's time to turn our attention back to the solar cells. We need these weird supercritical materials over here from the chemical plant. We've got the graphene, of course. This comes from the sulfuric acid and everything we were setting up a little while ago. And then we also need to mix them with the gratings that we have over there. And that's just the solar cells, of course. We then also want to build the building that launches them. And that's a whole bunch of other stuff. I don't know whether we need a lot of these or just a couple. I'll make an assembler to make one, well, make a small assembler's worth of stuff, but I don't know whether I'll make a full depot for them. So after that slightly disappointing distraction, I've gone ahead and made myself an EM rail ejector. I just actually want to grab one of them for now, because we're going to put them down the end of this new line of production that I've got going here. Oh, it's huge, it's huge. Let's pop that there, see how it works out. We need some power. He's going to tell me a whole bunch of stuff about how this now enables me to like start my Dyson sphere program and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, no, I know. Oh man, I've got to actually keep it a distance away from him. I'm going to let him finish talking. Okay, he was saying a lot of stuff about how I could change orbits and stuff like that. Okay, here we go. Select orbit 1, of course. Off it goes. Okay, target pitch. Oh, we got some yaw angles and stuff like that. These mean nothing, though. They're very much relative to this little craft here as opposed to, you know, relative to the planet. But it's got an idea. It knows where it wants to go. I'm going to connect this up to here. And you might be like, okay, well, why does that not go in there? I thought that would go just in there like that. Is that not how we feed? Maybe we feed from the sides. When I put it down, it very much looked like it wanted to have these running into them. You know what? Let's go ahead and just start one of these producing out. I've already got the whole solar cell production line set up. Oh, look at the little bit of gap that we've got on the belt there. I'm wondering, like, do we do it this way? Okay, that's the way we do it. Okay, I mean, it's not ideal, if I'm to be honest with you. It's not ideal. How many of these does it need to stick together to be able to start throwing these into orbit now? I don't know. A dense belt consisted of many solar cells. The Dyson sphere is in its early form. Use the ray receiver to receive power. I mean, that is another thing. But why aren't you auto orbit? No. I don't know why it's not launching. Okay, I found myself in a Dyson sphere planning window. Let's come out here. I clicked this. I went edit orbit. Bam! Found myself in this little thing here. We've got some swarm blueprints. I mean, I just want a nice little equatorial launch. Why is that not happening? Yeah, just this one here. Look at that. That's all I want them to do. I do not want cream solar cell. We'll take some nice active green. That's looking pretty good. Remove solar cells in this orbit. I don't know what it wants me to do now. Okay, so we got a bit of a pitch limit here by the looks of it. I'm noticing that our target pitch is ticking down the entire time, and it's going to take more than a couple of seconds to get there. But should we see if we can wait and see if they just match up at that point? I think what we're trying to wait for, if we scroll out here, a little bit further. I just want to clear my HUD off. I think we're waiting for this planet to line up with this orbit. I think that's what's going on there. Oh, look, we've even got a little cone pointing out. Maybe that might be my launchers. I'm noticing that there is other stuff going on in the solar system that we might very well have to deal with at some point. Whilst I'm waiting for that to count down, could I put it up there? Let's go ahead and do some expansion of production, just like that. Probably going to do fine. Would have liked to get a little bit more in there, but you know, we'll just make do with what we've got. Probably going to also take this facility out now because it seems a little superfluous. Okay, so now we're making a load of these. 5, 4. Oh, it's going to take so long to count down like that. 3. I'm watching the sunrise. I'm watching the sunrise. That should mean that we are in the right angle. If we can see the sun, we can put stuff around the sun, right? Is that the thing? Target pitch is no. It's now gone. Oh, it's firing. Oh, it fired something. And there goes another one. There goes. I clicked the apply all button. I don't know if that is really what we wanted. Carry on scrolling out. Oh, there they go. And they're in orbit. Okay. Is that? Are we orbiting close to the sun? How do I switch to like being around the sun for my camera here? Look, there they go. Pow. Okay, we're on the build. This is it. We are making new orbits. Okay, I might set up some more orbits. So we edit the orbit here. How do I go about setting one on the 90-degree polar orbit? How do I set that up? I would really like to. So let's add orbit if we can. Okay, that's good. Got ourselves a little bit of a tilt there. Inclination, I want way up there. We're going to have a nice little polar orbit there. Longitude of ascending node is where this bit is, I'm guessing. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so if I set this one up at 360. Oh, I didn't. Why not? Okay, so we've got this one set up at 360, set that up there, and then I'm going to get number 3. We're going to add the orbit, and it's basically going to be exactly the same, apart from I'm going to do it at 250, what's the next, 270, right? Okay, bam, and now we've got 3 different orbits that we can put them in. They either go in 2 different polar orbits or the equatorial, and I think that's quite a nice looking system that we've got there. It is literally just putting them into the equatorial orbit for now, and you know what? I'm pretty fine with that. I think that's probably one of the best ways we can set up. So here we go. We are rolling. The Dyson sphere is being made. Maybe we want some more of these bad boys. I guess as I've made a load of them, it would be a little bit rude not to. Let's take half of them for now. Let's do I actually want to set these up around the equator? Where is my equator? It's over there somewhere. Like a diamond, light up a star that is dedicated to you in the Milky Way view. Wait, did I do a thing? I think I just got an achievement of some description. I have no idea what it does though. What I am going to do is first I'm going to cut down all the trees because a little bit what's the word I'm looking for? Grinds my gears that when I build buildings next to these natural resources, I don't get to claim any of the natural resources. They just get destroyed. And don't you know we're here to take advantage of all the natural environment? Okay, this is almost certainly going to lead us into trouble with I didn't want to destroy that one, with the local inhabitants, but I'm kind of okay with that. Let's click that there like this. Cool. Now, there should be a way, oh, look at that angle it's going, of taking the status, settings off of that and putting them all in these. No, it doesn't like that end one. No, too far away. Okay, that's fair enough. I'll walk a little closer, I suppose. And then all of these need to have their auto orbits worked on, right? No, off, apply. Aha, there we go. Right, now they're all doing stuff. Are they, or are they not? Let's auto orbit apply to all. Why does this one get to do it, but the rest don't? What's wrong? Oh, 2. It's position planet. The planet's position. Position planet, if you like. Yeah, okay. But now, slowly, as we move around, this one should also start to click into place. I wonder why it can't get some of the other orbits. Yeah, I wonder what's up with that. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. All right, great. Well, I guess we're just on our way to stellar domination at this point. Oh yeah, look at that. We've got actual both types of polar orbit being worked on here. That's good. I'm a little bit worried about what this is and what it's doing, but I guess we'll be okay for now. Whilst we are busy building up our power, look, we can see we've gone from 0.1 to 0.2% of a threat, and as I add more and more, that threat is going to go up more and more. But with that, I am going to say thank you very much for joining me for this adventure, ladies and gentlemen. Today we've gone around and done a whole bunch of stuff, and mostly we've been aiming towards getting our solar cells getting up and around the sun. Next time, I'm hoping that we're actually going to go and find some more efficient silicon production, because trying to turn stone into silicon and then into solar panels it's not the most efficient way we've been doing things in the world. We definitely need to be able to make that much better. But I will see you then when we're gonna do that. Bye.